I was saying how happy I was with Honk because it came exactly in the right time for me. I was declared persona non grata from Liberland. The pandemic started to hit the globe, and I put my heart in it by showing the world that we are living in a clown's world. And Honk has put the icing on the cake by going X30 last year. So that was amazing, and I really didn't expect any of that. That was like the best Christmas gift I could imagine. But now we are at a point in time where the volume in Honk is the same as it has always been, which is less than a dollar per day. The what's the right word for it? The farming in Mist Swap is still active, but if it's continuing like this, then in 2 weeks it will run out. So, what is going to be the next step for Honk after this amazing price move of the last year?
To the moon. So yeah, I mean we can kind of back up a little bit too. So yeah, Honk was like basically one of the very first tokens on Bitcoin Cash, right? I mean it was basically Spice and Honk.
Yeah.
Spice got built out a bunch of dev things. Like the tip bot was really the big one. I mean the tip bot's still around. That Spice kind of had its price appreciation. Honk was just kind of like your mess around token that was worth nothing and really was worth very very little. And so it was thrown around by the billions, which is like 1 billion is like 1% of this total supply, and like people are just throwing it out because worth nothing, right? That's how tokens start generally. And so fast forward to, I guess personally, I had a lot of honk and it was just kind of sitting on it. I knew the meme potential was definitely still there, and so it wasn't worth like getting rid of it. But like working on SLP, I think is like just very difficult for devs. I have my dev and he that who's worked with me for a while, and he like always complains about SLP and like anything you try to do is like broken in the next like weeks or months, and so like building any type of kind of system off SLP, any type of website is just very difficult to like maintain basically. And so basically in the last year, I kind of jumped over to Ethereum for a while to kind of play around with all the DeFi stuff, including NFTs, farming, all that good stuff. I was on the Binance Smart Chain food finance thing for a while, jumping around those. I got wrecked in like every sector, but I'd have a couple 10x whatever, and then it'd make up for it all. So it was fun, but yeah, I learned a lot of what's actually like what's possible with crypto. Really, when you work on an Ethereum smart machine or Ethereum virtual machine EVM, and then so I wasn't really paying attention to Bitcoin Cash most this year, and then I knew SmartBCH was coming, but it never was, and then it finally got released and hooked up to it, and it was basically exactly like same UI as Ethereum and everything, except confirmations were right away, and obviously there was like basically no transaction fees. And to be fair, the transaction fees are like a couple cents, which is less than SLP Bitcoin Cash main chain. But I mean, when you're working at this, like anything under $1 after you go from Ethereum is just like amazing. So I knew that this is kind of the opportunity to basically build Honk out a little bit. And so a couple months ago, we started probably about a month or so ago. We like basically quote unquote made the Honk smart contract. We minted 100 billion, which is the same supply as SLP, and then we would only distribute it via proof of burn. And so you basically had to burn your SLP Honk in order to get smart Honk. And so this was the move to basically make sure that there wasn't central authority to hold the SLP, and another things like say that we're like committed to smart BCH, right? Like we're committed to this. Like I have I maybe have a couple million honk somewhere in some random wallet on SLP, but smart BCH is worth that now. And so um, now we now we're on smart BCH, and so yeah, and I think that's what kind of caused that price appreciation you're talking about, just like that single pivot. People are seeing this like, oh, people are actually like working on honk, and the big thing too is the liquidity that's on MistSwap. I think there's like still around the same that there's been, but yeah, there was like 70,000 put in at some point, and so a whole bunch of BCH got put up, and so but then people just like were buying a ton of
It
Honk.
was
I honestly
it
don't.
was stuck at I think the maximum so far in the Mist swap was 90 Bitcoin Cash pledged to the Honk smart contract, if I say that in the right jargon. But we touched 90 Bitcoin Cash with the equivalent of Honk on the other side. So that was pretty amazing.
Yeah, and honestly, I only expect that to increase. Like our market cap right now is 400,000, which it is okay. But like you look at some of these other coins on here, and it's just like, what are these coins, right? Like
Yeah.
some coins,
I got an
I have no
idea
idea.
about it, but I'll better be quiet.
Yeah. And I mean, especially when you're working with these shit coins, like it, a lot of it is just like honestly like wash trading. And honestly, like I don't know, like where the when it went from 100,000 to a million market cap, I don't know like who was doing that. Like I really honestly don't. And so that was like actually amazing to see. And so yeah, we're building out Honk.cash now. And so some quick plans that we have. I don't know how much I can go into any most of them, but we're definitely trying to do like a honk swap, like basically kind of compete with Miss Swap. We'll see how the functionalities play out, but I definitely expect the honk liquidity to go over to honk swap, and so there'll be farms as well. And the interesting thing I think, which will be kind of advantageous for people, and that's not quite the right word, but is that we're going to pay out our farms in honk, and so what generally what exchanges do, what like Uniswap and SushiSwap and MissSwap they all do is that their farms they get rewards based on inflation basically, and so the coins will inflate forever. Like there's an unlimited amount of sushi, unlimited amount of uni, unlimited amount
Missed.
of
Yeah.
mist. So honk there will only be 100 billion, and so how we're going to like basically fund this is that basically any unswapped SLP we have. I don't know the date off the top of my head. I think it's in. I think we pushed back to March, right? Um, but we might keep pushing it back just if there's some stragglers. But we'll
Oh,
see. But
sorry. Did you
basically,
push it back? Or did you make
I
what?
think I think pushed back to
Yeah,
February is
February.
what
Yeah,
we're gonna.
for me the date is the 6th of February.
Okay, yeah. If we honestly, if we don't have like the swap out by then, we'll probably keep pushing it back so people like know what we're getting into.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to like completely end it without any product out. And so what's gonna happen then is that we're basically going to turn that unswapped SLP into our our LP rewards, our farming rewards, basically. And so we're going to have it's going to be on like basically a similar emission schedule to how Bitcoin mining rewards work. Is that there'll be a lot of emissions in in the beginning, then they'll kind of taper off over the years. And so that's how we're going to fund our farming, incentivized farming. And so I don't think the APRs are going to be like super high. Like they're not going to be a 500% or anything like that. But I don't know what they're going to be. If Honk goes up a lot, it might be a lot of percentage, you know. So it'll be interesting to see that dynamic play out. Farming on a limited supply token, because once you get the token, you know how much of the supply you have, which I think is a huge deal.
I misunderstood it then because I was in the understanding that it's going to be like something around the number of 30 billion probably that's going to be left over. And I was like, oh, these 30 billion are going to be used to trade to put up the volume in the honk trade so that the people that are providing liquidity get a reward from that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Farming
No,
rewards.
but I had the understanding that the honk were going to be used to trade honk versus Bitcoin Cash or smart Bitcoin Cash so that the mist swap payout would be high, you know, that it would be high in the list of coins with volume, let's call it like that. But the thing you say now is that the the 30 billion that are going to be left over are going to be used for your own native swap website, Honk Swap, where people can
Correct.
trade also Spice and Mist and all these other new coins on SEP20 and be rewarded with Honk.
Correct.
Aha.
So yeah, we're just gonna start with a couple farms and then go from there. If there's more farms uh, that people want and we can incentivize properly, we're gonna do that. And so of course that the farming reward of Honk is like a set thing, but if the actual as a liquidity provider, you actually like obviously get fees from people swapping. So if if our volume is high, then obviously the farms will get rewarded more as well. So it's more of a risk to do that, I think, but I'm willing to take it rather than like going through miss swap. I don't want to complete. I know miss swap is great. Like I know they have a ton of liquidity already, but I think taking our little niche and see if we can build it out. It'll be an interesting play to say the least. So we'll see how it. I mean, if the liquidity just really isn't there, we can always resort back to just rewarding the missed farms. But I prefer to keep it in house, So see if we can do that. So yeah, that's basically that. And then one other huge big thing that I'm super excited about is NFTs. And so we're gonna have. I don't know how much I want to say about this. We're gonna have 6,669 NFT generative art, and so you're gonna be able to stake them as well for Honk. And so, um, and then we might try to gamify it a little bit as well. But we'll see. Let's just say I really like Wolf Game on Ethereum. We'll see what we can do with some honklers and NPCs. So
I'm not familiar with that one.
yeah, Wolf Game is it's basically like a how do you call it? It's like a risk taking NFT game on Ethereum. It's fairly popular. The game is like kind of out, not really, but I like the mechanics that they've done so far. But I know that that's a lot of like back end coding, and if we can pull it off, it'll be pretty awesome. But that's definitely far in the future. But I think people like the NFTs just in general. We got some art back already, and it's pretty sweet. So
I think it's interesting to talk more about the NFTs because the former guest that we had, I think they had a different opinion about the NFTs than you have. So yeah, tell me, what do you think of NFTs in general?
Sure. Yeah, I think a lot of NFTs are overpriced. I think a lot of them are underpriced. I think NFTs have a huge opportunity to like fill a utility gap basically within cryptocurrency. Um, Obviously, like the biggest two are Bored Apes and Punks, right? Um, Punks are just like popular because they're the oldest one, really, and Bored Apes are popular because basically the community that you get into when you have a Bored Ape, and now there's celebrities all over having Bored Apes and everything, and so I don't know many specifics about Bored Apes, but like a utility could be like if it was a share, you could get paid out dividends from your NFT. It's also kind of like a staking thing. So you stake your NFT and you can get a rewards token, and then I mean that this all kind of ties into gaming too. I mean, I think the best education for NFTs is like being in the World of Warcraft marketplace or RuneScape marketplace, where you're like basically buying and selling digital goods that obviously aren't worth real world money, but they kind of are, right? Because like a lot of times with those games, you could like literally like illegally buy in-game gold with money,
Yeah.
right? And then from that, and so if you can actually own those assets, if you own the mithril rune breastplate gold trimmed, like I think that's huge. And so from there, like you can like you can even like rent out your NFTs, right? Like maybe somebody needs to go on a quest and they need a better armor plate, so they rent your NFT out for $1 for
Yeah.
like that, or like I think awesome. And now that this explosion of NFTs, like this whole last year has been really about profile picture NFTs, which like are fine, but like the utility's not there. And so I think NFTs with real utility are like basically going to run 2022, and that's like again Wolf Game. If you guys want to, I don't want to go into it too much because it's fairly complicated, but there's sheeps and wolves, and then obviously the wolves are more scarce, and then they can like basically steal wool, which is a token from the sheep, and so it's like a whole like intricate game, and then it's all with NFTs, and so I think that's like what NFTs.
And then what? You clash your NFTs and you see who win, or is it like a Magic the Gathering where you have to pick something? Or
I have an idea what he means.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
can you
I have
let
to look into it.
a mod, like games like Skyrim where you can, or other games where you have mods. Can you let the mod also be an NFT, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose it could. Yeah, I mean, you just kind of got to run into like, because obviously there's like piracy, right? And so
Yeah.
you still got to kind of run it. it's like a general check. Like the joke is the right click saver.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Like I'm just gonna right click. And so yeah, I mean, I guess a mod could be. And so back to your question, Yoshi. There's a card game called Gods Unchained, which I got into last
Okay.
year, and honestly just like printed money. It was kind of absolutely crazy. I bought a shit ton of card packs, and like just basically like sold the cards over the course of the year, and um, yeah, it's like people are buying these cards hundreds of dollars for an actual card game like Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone. And so the game is fun, and so that's like an actual NFT real world use case. Like you got to build the deck and pay like
Yeah.
top tier deck, And so that's another cool use case. And the thing with that is like there's cards, like there's different grades of cards too. So like there's like bronze, silver, gold, and diamond, right? And like they all have the same function in game, but like obviously the diamond one's cooler because it's more rare, so that one's worth more.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. You know, I've been writing a little bit. I don't know, you probably didn't read it because I don't put it out everywhere. But I was telling you a little bit about my Honk adventure that basically started around 2 years ago. And the thing is that Honk came exactly in the right time for me, and I could really make my point with that. Unfortunately, the world has changed a lot since, March 2020 when I started streaming. And I have thought about it some time, and for the next couple of months at least, I think I should change my stream to a Dutch stream. I am born in the Netherlands, and the Netherlands is having quite a hard time on Corona. It's unlike many other places. And the Netherlands still hasn't adopted crypto. Not a lot of countries have, actually. Maybe Liberland is the only one. But I got the feeling that the moment is now more than ever to get the average Joe into crypto, because it's becoming so obvious that governments are not there to be trusted. And so why are we trusting their money? So one of the first guests, he will probably be on one more time today. He is the leader. I can call it like that. Can I say that, Johan?
He doesn't want to be called leader.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be called leader, but he is. Of all of the Netherlands in the Corona protest, and
He's the most familiar face.
yeah, he's the most familiar face. That's the right word. He is a very controversial character, and today he was in the show, and he told me basically that, and Johan also, and everybody who was there, that he wants to try and get the Dutch people to understand crypto better. And of course, with that comes a lot of work, because it's 17 million sheeple that have no clue what money is. So there's going to be a lot of work in writing articles and explain, tutorials on how to use a wallet. And for the upcoming couple of months, I think that I will put my clown wig down and focus on that. Also because my Liberland passport expires in March at the end of, let us see what it's saying. It's expiring 29th of March, and as you probably know, I am persona non grata of Liberland. So if I can prove to the entire world what an amazing Liberlander I am, then I'm sure that the one dictator that declares me persona non grata has to make an incredibly good case of making his point. So that's a little bit, in my personal life, the way how I'm dealing with things, and I'm thinking what to do with this honk, because I still got a billion or something rolling around, and I don't know what to do. So
Give them away.
yeah, I could give them away, but I already gave away a billion, and for now the farming option is great, but the problem that I see is that the volume isn't supporting the position Honk has right now. It's slowly declining, and there is somebody pumping a lot of volume in it last month, which was great, which allowed me to stake even more. Um, But if I hear you say that the honks are going to be used to pay out as a liquidity pool reward token, then that's a little bit different than what I thought, because I thought it was going to be used to basically trade it and create volume.
Oh no, that's just wash
Yeah,
trading.
just wash trade it away, but that's I was holding that liquidity, so I was hoping it would be that, you know. So I don't know yet what I will do. I will never sell all of my honks, of course. I will probably also keep like a couple million SLP
The
honk.
honk hodler.
But
We just I'll say this about Honk is that when the NFTs come out, you'll definitely want some Honk to use.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I'm completely new in NFTs. I know that they exist. I don't know if you saw my NFT series that I had one guy create for me. But the NFTs aren't created, but the images are ready basically to be created. Um, so yeah, I'm completely new in the world of NFTs, and I will probably I'll just hold on to my honk until they are out and see what's gonna happen. I'm always more than willing to do whatever for honk. I mean, use all my honk videos as much as you like. I welcome you to do so. But yeah, I take this moment also a little bit to say goodbye to honk. You know, I'm not gonna leave it behind completely, but it costs a lot of time to stream every day and keep the chat up and all those things. So my heart goes out to the Netherlands a little bit, and because of the situation we got, and because of this pledge of this one guy today to work with me on exposing the paper gold scam, as I always like to call government debt. Yeah, for the next couple of months, I think you will not see a lot of Honkler hangout. So that's just my conclusion that I made over the last couple of weeks. It's been a fun ride, you know. I had a lot of fun with Honk, but at some point, I also have to be careful that people will not just remember me with a clown wig, you know, because although it's a nice image, I am more than just a clown. So I
You're
thought this.
clown bossy.
Yeah, I thought this is a Dutch clown, by the way, a Dutch clown was, but I thought this transition phase would be a good moment to, you know, basically announce such a thing, and I don't know how it will go forward. I always have honk in my heart, you know, but every day a honk stream. The problem with my honk streams is that I touched on so many sensitive subjects that it made me more depressed instead of happy. You know, I also last thing I will say, I don't know how many songs you know about clowns, but they all kill themselves. You know, so I need to I need to stop being a clown before I go in the wrong direction with that.
You
So
know how it ended with clown bossy? Eh? He's now a conspiracy nut.
no, it's not true. That was fake news. It was a
Yeah?
Photoshop. Yeah, it was a
No,
Photoshop.
no, no, no. You haven't heard the story that he is fighting with his brother. And his brother calls him an anti-vax conspiracy nut. And he says he doesn't want to see his brother because he is vaxxed.
No, it's a fake story. It was
That is
completely
not a fake
Photoshop.
story. It's not a Photoshop.
Okay,
It's
okay,
so you
we'll
can
see.
really find it in the news. Not
No,
fake.
you can see a print screen of somebody who took a news page and wrote his own text on it. That's what
Oh,
I
okay,
thought.
okay, yeah, but the thing is really yeah. Well, never
I'm not
mind.
convinced. Not convinced. Anyway, so that is. I'm very grateful that you are here, Honk Commissioner, because I would love to give my wig to the next honker. I love to still stream with Honk if there is something important to mention. I always like the Honk outfit, you know, it's because I say strange things, and now I have the perfect reason why, because I'm a clown, you know. So, but yeah, it's going to. I have to become a little bit more serious and take yeah, my passion a little bit further than just a honk. So.
Yeah, I mean, I streamed for a while. I streamed twice a week for probably 6 months, and that was yeah, it's taxing. I mean, I definitely didn't do it as long as you did, and it's a lot of work to like keep content up. So uh, I definitely
Yeah,
understand
well, the
where you're
stream will
coming.
continue, but the language will change, and the people that I'm gonna talk to, they don't understand shit about crypto. It's really gonna be the basic of the basic. So I cannot tell them about a Honk SEP20 token that releases its NFT. You know, it's too much for the people in the Netherlands. They don't understand. They need to hear about the history of money and that it started with gold and that we now got Bitcoin and
What also
so
helps is once they have some crypto and they know how to use a wallet, then all the other stuff
You
comes
show 'em.
naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what will the name of the Dutch channel be is the question. I have an idea, but I will not release it today.
Mm.
But I thought of it. And the thing is actually that it has again a clown wig in it, so I don't know. Maybe I stay a clown, I don't know. And I just give away my honk on the stream. I keep on doing that. Maybe I'll do it like that. But yeah, it's. I think it's a good moment to switch it around a little bit and to show people different qualities I also have. And so yeah, this was a little bit my thinking. So yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind, Hong Commissioner.
Of course not. You do you,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. No, I really I liked the thing I liked most about Honk, the reason why I in the end decided I would use Honk as my identity, let's call it like that, was the tip Bitcoin.cash. So if you plan on developing stuff, I really suggest you add a service like a tip Bitcoin.cash where people can interact on a stream-like setting with the honk. And yeah, that was for me the trick that did it for me. I was like, okay, if I can connect my stream with this token, then you sent me the first donation, I think, Colin. It was something like 6.9 million. And yeah, that was a great fun. And I in a way, I regretted a little bit that they completely leave behind the SLP because, for example, the new tip bot requires you to pay a transaction fee for each tip you make. So if you are sending 1,000 honk, you have to pay more in BCH
Yeah.
fee than you are tipping. And yeah.
So our honk tip bot should be back in the end of the
Oh,
week.
but
Mm.
this is
So
SLP tokens.
no, this is gonna be the smart
Oh, okay,
BCH
okay.
ones.
Well,
Yeah.
that's pretty amazing. That's gonna be good.
You have to
Yeah. So
explain me how that smart BCH works because I haven't figured it out yet.
it's basically Ethereum.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Ethereum on Bitcoin Cash. Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe I
yeah.
watched the wrong video. I watched, I think it was from K Nike. He had the video and he explained it, and half halfway the video I was lost.
Well,
Yeah. So it's basically just a bunch of smart
Yeah,
contracts.
yeah.
I mean, I've like so Bitcoin is more like linear, and Bitcoin Cash is more like linear per block, and it's not as kind of adaptive and complicated. And so that's why Ethereum is honestly so expensive, just because like when you do stuff,
Hmm.
the Ethereum computer has to compute so many different things, and that's why the gas fee is so high, just because it's doing so much rather than just like updating the balance. It's like going through all these checks, and so that's generally why Ethereum's more expensive. I know the gas fees are just like stupid high right now, but
Hmm.
ETH 2.0 is going to save everybody apparently.
yeah,
But yeah,
soon, soon,
I know
soon.
Bitcoin. Yeah, right. I know Bitcoin Cash kind of solved it a little bit,
Hmm.
and their TPS is high on Smart BCH. So, but yeah, it's basically just that. I mean, like literally, you can port anything over. I mean, obviously with a few adjustments, but from Ethereum right on over to Smart Bitcoin Cash because it's the same language.
Hmm.
So it's like literally a one-to-one. So it's super nice for that to like kind of kickstart the whole ecosystem. Is that you can just fork stuff right over.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's great. And you got millions of lines of code that you can just take and use to your own liking, and with a lot lower fee. That's the best part of it, right?
Yeah.
I like the new trading, for example, with the liquidity pool and the farming, and it's a lot. Well, it shows a lot more trust than some centralized exchange that can disappear at any moment, which happens all the time also. And if you well, with Honk at least, I got a feeling that it's a legit coin like Spice. There is a lot of crap out there already, and it's only a couple months old. But
I
Honk
made the
and
most of it. Yeah.
Honk and Spice always, you know, try to bring a honest product. But I try to. They are not in it to scam you out of your tokens. You know that you are buying some shit token like a Honk, for example, but at least you know exactly what you are buying. It's a one out of 100 billion if you buy one, and that's something that I have always liked about both Spice and Honk. The fact that there is a lot of content out there and people are trying to explain it to people, and that it's not so difficult in use as some of these other tokens that are connected with some kind of a platform that nobody understands how is ever going to make money, but they got a token, and Honk is just a bullshit token and everybody knows that, and it's there to have fun with. And well, now actually something more is going to be created in the form of their own swap platform and their NFT series, but the token stays 100 billion. And yeah, that's a kind of trust that I've always liked about Honk, and that's why I can always recommend people to buy some Honk, because you know what you are gonna get, and it's not gonna be different in the future or anything.
Yeah. There's somebody in the chat.
Yeah, oh, I
wants
can
to-
read it out. This is one of the people that I think, at least, because I don't know actually on Twitch their username, but it looks like one of the usernames that contacted me lately, because I was on television about 2 weeks ago and I got some response from people. And I was just talking about the terrible understanding that Dutch people have about money. And his comment is, we ran into the same thing where a lot of Dutchies do not know shit about the history of money, let alone they try to understand crypto. They still see it as a scam or Ponzi scheme. And that is, of course, mostly because of the media coverage that crypto gets in today's world, at least in the Netherlands. It's very one-sided bullshit. It's fake news. It's just fake news. But the people believe it, and well, since 2 years, it's becoming more and more obvious that it is fake news, and that's why I think in the upcoming couple of months, I really should focus on getting the Dutch people on board on crypto before it's too late.
let's ask Colin. How do you get people into crypto?
I
Or did you got anybody into crypto?
yeah, I mean, I definitely have
Yeah.
over the years. I mean, I think the easiest thing to do is like send them some. A lot of it's just been like, I think the thing is that like we're at a point in time where like everybody pretty much knows about crypto, and so it's a little bit different. You kind of have to
Oh,
can't be like, oh, this is Bitcoin, it's decentralized. Like people know that already. So it's like, what is the use case for them? And so, as far as like me getting people into crypto, I don't know. I usually just say like, just buy something, go and buy something in the top 10. Buy, um, just buy whatever you want. Buy Honk, and so because I think people don't need as much like convincing anymore. I mean, maybe they do if they actually like really need it. Like, I don't think in America like you need crypto. I mean, like obviously the dollar's inflating like super horribly, but 7%, 10% over a year isn't a whole ton when Bitcoin goes up 10% in an hourly candle, right? So, um, but like Turkey, where it's inflating whatever 50, 100% a year, of course that's better. And so it's kind of hard to because the United States crypto is a lot just like investment and speculation. So it's a little hard. And when people ask me advice, I just say like buy Ethereum basically. And so I think crypto will be kind of mass adopted in the future, basically because it'll be a better place to store your wealth in the fact that you can like basically get a yield on it.
Mhm.
Um, and so I think that's like turning into the use case. I know it used to be like the thing used to be like peer-to-peer cash, and that still is definitely a use case, of course. But I think like the mass adoption comes when people are earning 15% on their dollar basically by holding crypto. So instead of 0.01 in their savings account or whatever the hell the rates are at banks.
And inflation being 7.
Yeah, exactly. So I think like yield's like a huge thing that I think is like, I know it probably drives a lot of big money into the space, just like hold stable coins on Ethereum farms. So
Yeah.
I think that's a huge factor now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Problem is when the people always come to me, they know I'm into crypto because I told everybody, but they only come to me when the Bitcoin is at its peak, you know.
Right.
And then I say, yeah, you're too late
This is
now.
the moment to sell, yeah.
But then you see that they are like, I want to. Don't you see? I want to go in, and I think it's going higher. And I say, no, it's really the top. But okay, if you want, get them into crypto.
I sell you mine.
Yeah, sell you mine. And then everything goes down, and then they are angry at me. They say, yeah, I told you it was going down.
Horrible story.
And I never go back into crypto. They sell it back to me.
I sold my brother Bitcoin Cash at $3,000.
Okay. Oh man.
Like 2017. Oh God. He was like, I was trying to sell at 4,000, but Coinbase was down.
Yeah.
$3,000 for a bit? Did you say Bitcoin Cash?
2017. Yeah.
Really?
No, in 2017.
Oh yeah.
December,
At the very start. Yeah. We hit
When Roger Ver was going in.
half a Bitcoin per Bitcoin Cash. It was at some point. Yeah, that's.
exciting time in Bitcoin Cash ever, I think.
Yeah.
Well, Colin, I think we should definitely stay in touch because you're a great guy. I will always follow Honk, I think, because after 2 years, it's
Adam is
becoming part of my image a little bit. The people actually in the village where I live, they all think I am a clown for my profession, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that NFT series, and because I have no I've never worked with Ethereum. I speculated a little bit on it, but I never really used it. So
What you could do, I don't know how expensive they are. Law punks are doing something similar on Bitcoin.
yeah, I saw that, but I don't have any of those.
Yeah,
So
I think that's
I'll be patient. Yeah.
Is the next guest already in or?
No.
Because we got Adam on the.
Oh well, invite him. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, you can come in. You can hang. Maybe you know this guy, Collin. Adam Williams.
I think so.
Where is he? How
if
do
you wanna
people
get
know Adam Williams, Johan?
Everybody knows Adam Williams.
Oh, I don't, but okay.
That's this bodybuilder guy.
Should we know something more about Honk Commissioner?
I guess I kind of spilled the beans a little bit, but yeah, if you want to get a kind of feel for NFTs on Bitcoin Cash, law punks on blockng.money are doing some pretty cool things. So I think they're kind of like got the best NFTs right now on Bitcoin Cash. So.
There is no place like OpenSea yet for Bitcoin Cash, right?
No, yeah, that was actually something I was going to bring up. Is that like we're probably going to have to build our own marketplace, kind of like law punks have done. Like you buy and sell right on their website. So there's not an OpenSea. Maybe there'll be like a HonkSea or something. I don't know.
Open Honk.
That's far in the
Open
future.
Honk.
Yeah, there you go. The Honk place or something. But yeah, so we're gonna have to build our own marketplace. So that's gonna be out before the mint does, so you can buy and sell them right away. So, but yeah, that's what I got for now.
Cool, man. Cool. Thanks a lot for being here with us today, celebrating 13 years of Bitcoin. I wish you all the best, of course, for the new year. May all your honk dreams come true. Let's stay in touch, and yeah, I think we covered it.
Definitely. For having me.
Thanks, man.
Bye-bye.
That was Honk Commissioner Collin visiting our show. Make sure to check out Honk.cash, We haven't mentioned the website Honk.cash.
Yeah, yeah.
Honk is